first bomb gets dropped by this place.
If all-out war breaks out, this is the current countries standing in the draft. This is which country gets to drop bomb first, and which one gets to drop one last.
Or make it like the Hunger Games.
Boom shakalaka. Welcome.
Boom shakalaka. That's a good way to start them out now.
To another episode of the Itchy Sweater Parker.
Testosterone.
Yeah.
Ah!
I'm off that edible. I'm about to go crazy, right?
Dude, I've always wanted to try one.
Listen, I had a really good gummy yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you into edibles?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I don't know that.
Well, yeah, because I don't.
Hey, you know what?
Good for me.
No, for real, dude. Like, I think, especially if you have kids.
Yeah.
I think there's times where we need that stuff.
100%.
And I have, dude, you know what there are? And I've showed this to Kaylin. She is on board with it.
Mm-hmm.
Is little cones. They're like waffle cones.
Yeah.
And they're filled with like chocolate
Yeah.
but they're infused. And I'm like, Kayla.
Absolutely.
We got to do this one of these days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kiara's friend brought over it's like this little box. Kind of looked like an origami box.
Really?
Yeah, and he had some gummies in there, and I wanted to try one. It was like 150 milligrams or something like that. And it had like THC in it and something else.
Yes.
But
I want to know.
It was really good. It tastes like just like a normal fruit gummy.
Okay.
It was really good, and it hit me about I think like 30 minutes in.
Oh. Yeah.
And it was aggressive. Like
really? Oh, it put you on your ass.
Yeah, like
really?
Yeah, and it was so I was very giggly. Like in my eyes have never been lower. Like I was looking like Napoleon Dynamite. I was squinting and I was just eyes were low. And yeah, it was great. I got very hungry though. I ate a whole pizza and which is normal for me.
Holy shit.
But I mean that's normal, but I ate a whole pizza
like
plus
what size?
It was like a medium. So it wasn't that big.
Oh, I mean that's still pretty decent.
Yeah. It was so I had a whole pizza and 3 egg rolls.
God dang, from where?
Kira had them in her freezer.
You were just like, "Hey, I'm eating. Yeah. Don't mind me."
Yeah, because I was
well, because she dabbles in that as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's more into vaping.
Okay.
So she has like her, I'm not trying. I don't want to incriminate.
No.
But
allegedly she does this. Yeah. Allegedly.
Well, yeah, but basically, so she had it in her freezer, so I started cooking it. Like I just put them in the air fryer, and so her friend was there. He was like, "Are you cooking something?" I was like, "Yeah, I got some egg rolls." He's cooking right now. And he just started laughing.
One of the most random things you could have. I
randomly started cooking egg rolls because I was hungry and I already ate the pizza. So I was just like, all right, what else has she got? So I opened the freezer. I was like, oh, it's got some egg rolls. So
what looks good?
Yeah,
anything.
I didn't even, and I made myself so at home that I didn't even ask her to make these, which is fine because like she's fine with it. But it was so funny how I just opened them and then in the air fryer. I didn't even ask.
See that you're like you hand her. You're like, hey, listen.
I just wandered over.
I'll give you the grocery. Just send me what the grocery bill is.
Yeah, send me the tab.
I'll be back next time. Okay, just be prepared.
Absolutely. Yeah, and dude, it was good. If it wasn't that late, I probably would have kept eating. But eventually, I went to bed. It was good too. Like I had a good sleep.
I honestly, that's one thing because I toss and turn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, and I've tried melatonin. It just
melatonin.
It does things, but the problem with melatonin is. I don't know if it's the dose I take or what it is, but because I try and take the heavier stuff because I'm a bigger guy.
Yeah.
I have really weird dreams.
Oh, melatonin dreams are wild, dude.
I mean, just the most absurd things.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that show? Robots, Netflix. Help me out here. It was on like our first episode.
Robot sex.
No,
love
sex robots.
Sex robots. Yeah.
Imagine an episode like that, but in your brain.
Oh yeah.
Just anything like that. How absurd those.
Yeah,
those are.
I think that show is based off of melatonin dreams.
I think it is. I think that's what this episode should be called. Melatonin dreams.
Absolutely,
dude. It is just the most wild things, and like none of them make sense.
Yeah.
You're sitting there going, I'm having egg rolls right now, and then when I took them out, they were Twinkies. Or I don't know, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Or not even a food. It ended up being
It was a rat.
rats, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
just
going
something
like, hey,
just-
guy, what are you doing?
Yeah, something absurd. But
Or the
man,
opposite way. I put rats in the air fryer, and they turned out to be egg rolls.
Egg rolls.
What the?
with the tail. But
I
it
think-
was good, man.
yeah.
Like good stuff. I'm gonna ask him where he got those because those are great.
Man.
Because I don't like this. Like the main thing about like weed for me is the smoke itself. I don't like this. I don't like smoking.
I don't like the taste.
I don't care about that.
do
Me,
not
it's
like the
the
taste.
well, me for me, it's the smoking part of it. I don't like to inhale smoke or like I don't.
Okay.
I don't care for that. I did in high school, and I was like, I don't like it. If I have to get my high that way, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So, edibles are like my go-to. Whether it's like pastries don't really do it like gummies
Okay,
for me.
okay.
Like if I'm eating like a cookie or a brownie,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's usually not as good, and it takes forever. So
See-
then I got to take like a bigger bite, and I don't know if that's gonna really fuck me up.
I wanna
So I go for the
know-
gummies.
I want to know who the local area, like around this area, is like the go-to for stuff like that.
Well, you can get them from stores.
Well, I know you can, but
Yeah, 'cause
I
there's a
want to
smoke
know.
shop like a block
I want
away
to
from
know
here.
who's just like, hey, we're in that shopping center.
It's like a smoke shop. Is it that shop? It might be. I can't remember where it is.
Oh,
Kiera went to it.
interesting.
Yeah,
By the Starbucks in that area.
I think so.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, and Kiera has a smoke shop right across from her house.
Yeah,
So that's
but
where she gets a lot of her stuff.
I would love for them to just be like, hey man, I got cookies, brownies, different levels of it, just real simple, not weird. Just go in there and be like, hey man, I want to sleep this weekend. My kids aren't here; they're at their grandparents. Help me.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, all right, you're a bigger guy. Here you go. Here's this. Give me the money. Boop. See you later. Bye.
Yep. I mean, that's the
That's
biggest.
what I
That's the
want it
biggest
to
thing
be.
is like the dosage. Like when you're doing edibles, you just got to make sure that you're not doing more than you think you can handle. Let's say I have a brownie
Okay.
and I eat a piece of the brownie, like a piece about that big, right? Mm-hmm. Which for most brownies is going to be half of it.
Okay.
So I'll eat half of it, and then I'll be like nothing's happening. Then I'll just eat the whole thing, and then you go
and then
insane.
you go way over. Yeah.
So like that's why I rather just have gummies because it's concentrated in that little bite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's usually quicker too. So I don't know what it is about gummies that do it quicker, but I like gummies more than like
maybe
pastries.
less ingredients, probably.
Maybe. But the thing is the pastries are good.
Yeah.
Like they're actually good.
Well, dude, I don't know if I probably said it on a previous episode, but I had a guy. I left said job
Mm-hmm.
to work at another place and to go work during the days. And man, this guy was like, "Yeah, I think you'd be really fun to, be high with." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And he was
When
like,
people say that, it's kind of weird.
"Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I guess."
Yeah.
I just think you want to make fun of me, but okay.
Right. You rather be with me when I'm intoxicated?
Yeah. How I can't be around you how I am right now. Like,
Right.
What the hell?
Yeah. What's wrong with me now?
Yeah. But he brought in a rainbow Rice Krispie treat,
I love those.
and I was like, in the clear package. I thought his
Oh, yeah.
wife made him or something. He goes, "Hey, here you go. Have this." And
If it's
I
in a
was
clear
just like-
package, his wife didn't make them.
well,
I'm messing with you.
I mean, saran wrap.
Yeah, I
I mean,
know,
come
right?
on, right? So he just
Aluminum foil.
he hands it to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, this looks great." So
Yeah.
I had it after lunch, and he didn't tell me I couldn't have the whole thing.
Oh.
I just ate the whole thing.
Oh Jesus.
And dude, I remember that night I slept so good,
Yeah, I bet.
and I just remember just everything just being just so colorful and vibrant.
Yeah,
just,
things got brighter, didn't it? Yeah.
Crazy part was that was I think lunchtime for me was like 1 to 2,
Okay.
and we ended at 5. So by the time 5 o'clock rolled around, I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Mm-hmm.
And I drove home, and I don't even remember how traffic was.
Feeling no pain.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't even mad at the traffic.
Yeah.
I was just,
Yeah, man. It was a good time. Like yesterday, not yesterday, Saturday when I took the gummy.
That's yesterday. Today's Sunday.
Oh, I meant Friday.
Yesterday.
I think I'm still
No,
a little
Saturday.
high, right? But Friday. It was like it eased me into it, but then it hit me kind of hard. And then I was just floating.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it felt great.
You want to talk about some other things that were floating?
Let's talk about
Let's talk about basketball.
Ooh,
Throwing them balls in the air. Just throwing them around.
floating balls.
Yes, sir. I wanted to, because I heard this on the radio the other day, and I thought it was one of the most absurd things I had ever heard. What is the most points you have ever heard in a basketball game? Maybe like 150?
Yeah,
like
around
100
there.
or something like that?
Yeah, some things just get blown out.
And I don't know why. I could probably watch the highlights, but
Oh, I know why.
the Eastern Conference beat the Western Conference on the 18th of February. 211 to 186.
Yep.
That, to me, is just the most absurd thing I've ever heard.
That's when basketball players, like, it's all offense.
Are we just throwing the ball up there, hucking it at the three-point line every time?
Most of that, most dunk, like, it's uncontested shots.
True.
So, like, you're not going to, like, really D up on somebody in one of these games, which is, we're going to bring up why the All-Star game, like, in general was just kind of bad. So, basically what happens is, like, this whole week, basically these players get, like, a week off.
Yeah,
so
it's a paid vacation, basically.
Yeah, and they're not being serious about the game itself.
And that's with any sport. It's just a vacation.
Basically, yeah. So they're there. They're not D'ing up on anybody. They're not really. It's not really any competition. What was it, Luka? Yeah, Luka went up for like a dunk and he hit the front of the rim. It was really weird. And then
really,
yeah, like barely even tried. And then he just kind of stood there. He didn't get back on D. Let the other player have the ball. It wasn't a challenging game for any of them. They were just out there shooting, and to a degree, I understand that. But then there's also the people who paid to be there, and they're trying to see the best players in the world, show them why they're the best players in the world.
Yeah,
and like. Even Larry Bird before the game said that it needs to be a contest. Like people need to actually see how good you are. And they didn't give that.
That's one thing that we're going to talk about here because I think, and this is with any All-Star game, because I think the only people that actually play hard is MLB.
Yeah.
Because I think one of them gets like the home field advantage in the playoffs or something like that.
Oh, okay.
There's a not a stipulation, but if you win, there's an incentive.
Yeah.
If you win, hey, you guys win this, your conference gets this, or, you know, and I don't think, because I mean, even you can tell, obviously, basketball, there's nothing. Football, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, the big three, the only one that actually cares is MLB.
Yeah.
And I think the last time I saw anybody give a shit during an not MLB, a
All-Star
NFL All-Star game.
Yeah, in the NFL, it's the Pro Bowl?
Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
was when Sean Taylor was still alive and fucked up that punter.
Oh yeah,
that's the last time I think anybody really gave a crap.
Yeah,
and that's how I think it should be that way. Listen, I know it's a game. I mean, even pay them for it.
Yeah,
I mean they get incentive to be paid if they make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You are getting paid to be there. I understand it's a good hurrah, like, hey, guys, we were the best this year, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But put something towards it, like a money incentive.
Yeah.
Hey, if your conference wins, everybody on here gets an extra, I don't know, an extra $5 million for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like an extra $500,000 per player or something like that. Like, I honestly, that's why I don't watch these games anymore, is because there's nothing, AFC won, or NFC won, or the Eastern Conference won. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, yeah.
There's absolutely no reason to do it.
Yeah. And both are like the Pro Bowl is like right before the Super Bowl, or like a couple weeks before the Super Bowl, I think 2 weeks. You got the All-Star game that's in the middle of the NBA season. And it's just like there's just... When I look at the NFL, I think some of that is because of the possibility of injury, which is why I think they went to flag football. But it's also kind of one of those things where it's like, I mean, guys can get injured doing anything.
Oh, look at Dre Greenlaw in the Super
I
Bowl.
was just about to say that.
All he did,
he just jumped up and down a few times, and then he snaps
and,
his freaking Achilles.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, you can get hurt just walking down the street.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, I don't know if these guys are just more. Well, the game is different now. Like, these guys have never been faster. They've never hit harder. So I understand that. But again, we're talking about flag football, and to a point where if you're just running around, there goes your Achilles,
exactly.
there goes your ACL. Like,
you want to juke somebody really hard.
Yeah,
oh, there goes your Achilles.
There it goes. So it's, I mean,
there goes your
I
ACL.
don't even know if injury is really even a part of the conversation now, because you can get hurt regardless. And then you got guys in basketball where it's like, the whole load management thing, and it's just like, again, there's no incentive. There's just, even when it comes to just random, or like not random, but like regular season live games, you got some of the stars sitting out because of load management, and then you got the crowd angry because they came to see the stars.
Well,
so it's a whole issue.
The way I look at it is, I mean, who do you want to see? Like, okay, you think about basketball right now. Who do you want to see in the All-Star game? I want to see Giannis. I want to see LeBron. I want to see
Curry,
Durant, Klay Thompson. As bad as he's been this year,
he's been awful.
I mean, Devin Booker, Trae Young.
Yeah.
I don't know many others, but
Wembanyama.
You want to see these big name players,
mm-hmm.
but then when you go to the game, you may get one or two,
maybe.
So, I mean, if you're the best of the best, how are they coming up with these teams? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and then you got to have the incentive in NBA where it's like you got to play the 65 games, and for some reason the players are upset with that. It's like you're upset with playing 65 games?
Yeah, and look at your contract. Really?
Yeah.
You're going to be upset?
Right.
And you probably get good health benefits. You want to really be upset?
Yeah.
Really?
You are going to be like your entire lineage will never have to work again, and you're getting mad about 65 games.
You've got guys that sit out a whole. I mean, how long did Kyrie Irving sit out? 2 years?
About
2 years, and
yeah.
he was still making money, sitting on the bench.
Yep.
And I bet you he was one of them that was like, I hate the schedule. Really, bro? You just sat out for how long?
Yeah. I think a really good example is Ben Simmons.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Just always in street clothes.
Always
something hurt.
Yeah.
He did always an issue, and he's, sitting on a bench shining, looking like $1 million.
And that's one of the all-star, like, you think
Yeah.
of, like, elite players.
He was.
Or he was an elite player, sorry.
Yeah.
That was one of the best players out there.
Yeah, you had the whole, and I know this is like a cliche, but everybody had the whole, the next LeBron James talk, and then
of course.
Even Kobe said, hey, if he gets a jump shot, he's going to be dangerous, and he never had it looks like he doesn't have the passion for the game, so.
And that's sad.
Yeah, it is.
Because you know who that reminds me of too is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
All that
because
Oklahoma Thunder, he was doing great.
Yeah.
And then just downhill. Or
Yeah.
James Harden.
James Harden
Another
is a prime example of like diva basketball player. And and for all I can say about Westbrook, and there's a lot of issues, one thing I do like about him is he always shows up.
Yes.
He is at every game.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I don't know what his regimen is, but he's always healthy. He's barely ever hurt.
Yeah, you're right.
He's just a workhorse.
I mean, think about that time after Harden and Durant left, and he was the only one in Oklahoma. Him and the long-haired white dude with the mustache. I can't remember his name. Steve Adams.
Yeah. Yep.
Those were the only two for the longest time.
Yep.
And who was there constantly?
Westbrook.
Yep,
just always on the floor. So, I mean, his skills aren't necessarily there anymore, but he will be on the field. He'll be on the court.
Has he won? Has he been a part of a championship yet?
Yeah.
Was it with the Lakers?
I think that was before him.
Yeah. Anyways,
I might be wrong. But yeah.
Another thing I wanted to talk about this All-Star game, the man who won the slam dunk contest is he won last year.
Okay.
Mac McClung.
Oh, and the slam dunk yeah.
Okay.
And the contest was awful.
You want to know? That's what I heard. You want to know the weird thing about this guy?
What?
Think about your all-star people that can slam dunk. Just think about it.
Yeah, you
I
got
mean,
your
even
Vince Carters
Aaron Gordon wasn't even a big name until he won that slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy is in the G League.
Yeah.
He has won 2 years in a row
Mm-hmm.
as a G League player.
And his dunk wasn't even that impressive.
He jumped over Shaq, right?
Was that him?
I think that's
maybe
what it was.
Maybe that's what it was.
It's
Yeah.
not that impressive.
Yeah, like people were jumping over big guys all the
Like
time.
Aaron Gordon did one where he sat down in the air, passed the ball under his legs, and slam dunked it. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Even when Blake Griffin did the one a few years ago when he jumped over the car,
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Absolutely.
Now all we're doing is jumping over really tall guys.
Basically,
That's
it's
not-
just
it's-
or jumping over influencers who were sitting down in a chair, like Kai Cenat was sitting down and somebody jumped over him. I'm like, this is these dunks, and again, this is one of those caveats where it's like the dunk contest is kind of weird now because we've done everything we could possibly do. There's only so much a person can do,
Of course.
with a couple seconds in the air, but at the same time, the dunks that are winning are dunks that would have won, 20 years ago, not right now. So it's
Yeah.
just a really weird situation.
And like I said, I mean, you think all-stars, you think, this is the big name, he's going to dunk. No, half the guys in there, I didn't even know who they were.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know who Mac McClung was. I also don't watch basketball, but I mean, here's some of his dunks. I mean,
Yeah, like just a guy holding that was
kind of
cool.
Yeah. He did it backwards. It's not something you see.
Yeah.
Like, now we're doing handshakes and
now,
I mean,
now we're
it
doing
was cool 'cause
handshakes.
he threw it up and then
Yeah.
caught it again and slammed it.
And that he's getting some serious air. I'm not gonna say that I can jump that high.
Oh no.
But it's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, but is that what's like?
There's another one.
like a windmill.
A windmill to like a back
Who
dunk.
hasn't done that?
There's to me there's no innovation anymore, and I know you can barely hear me, but I mean, yeah, look, these guys, one guy's on another guy's shoulders. This is just basically dunking over Shaq.
Yeah, just dunking over Shaq. It's
And
like, ooh.
the one that got me, I think it was last year, whoever the guy was that did it, or the year before, jumped over a taco foul.
Okay.
That's all he did, and he didn't even get over him. He basically sat on his shoulders when he dunked. I'm like, oh, you didn't even clear him.
Yeah.
Dude's like 7'11", and you didn't clear him.
Yep.
Yeah, it was cool that you tried it, but I mean, it's not.
And even people were barely clearing Shaq. Like Shaq was getting people's balls
Shaq's
on the back of
smaller.
his head. Like
Yeah.
you just sliding up.
Yeah, let me just put my balls on your head. You know? I've never been. I haven't been excited to watch one since Vince Carter was with the Raptors.
Yeah. And that is when
That was prime slam dunk contest.
Yes, and that is when dunking contests. Like I'd say that point in probably 4 or 5 years after that is when people were really getting innovative and what can we jump over, or how many spins can I do? How many under the between the legs windmill?
Yeah.
All kinds of just crazy stuff that people just haven't seen before. Now we've seen all of it, and it's like, well,
how do we
should
improve?
we even have a dunk competition?
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Me personally, I liked the skills challenges.
Skills challenges are cool.
Those were always fun to watch.
Yeah.
Even in the NFL when they had the longest throws.
Yeah, how accurate you could be.
Yeah. I mean, just that little skill showdown thing was cool. Now they do it I like the whole team relay thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have busting through a wall, really, a cardboard wall.
Right.
Or going as low as you can and crawling. It doesn't have anything to do with the game.
No.
I want to see who's got
Boot
the
camp.
most. They did it this year where they had the little throwing accuracy thing.
For sure.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Baker Mayfield got it. I don't know how, but he got it. Whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
But
Primetime Baker, baby.
I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't excite me anymore.
It's not that exciting.
None of the All-Star games are.
No.
And I mean, MLB, the home run contest. I mean, it's all right. It's kind of exciting, but
Yeah. I think, but again, it's the when we watch the sport, you get to see the guys who do this for a living be as good as they are, and
Yeah.
it's if they're doing these things and are not really trying, they're not really putting their all into it, then you're kind of just why should I even care?
Why am I watching it? And,
Yeah.
and you're not. you're not watching the big name people.
Not all the time, no.
Like, you're watching exactly
Again,
G
League.
You're watching a G
Yeah,
Leaguer.
nobody knew who that was.
Like,
So,
yeah, it's cool that he got called up. Don't get me wrong.
for sure.
But I don't care. I want to see, whoever's playing. Giannis. I want to see LeBron, if he can still do it. I mean, back in the day, it was, you think, Magic Johnson. I don't know if Kobe played when he was, or Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
At one point it was LeBron versus Kobe. Shaq was out there.
Yeah.
You had these big names, but now it's just a bunch of nobodies that play the game. I'm not excited anymore.
Yeah.
Or you've got, I'm LeBron. I'm the best there ever will be. I'm the captain. I'm not going to play. I'll coach. Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see your ass in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now there's this whole thing about, like,
you guys can do.
Yeah. I agree. And
so, to me, it's just figure out an incentive. Like,
I think that's the only way to be able to make it interesting. Because if the guys are going after something, maybe they'll try.
Or like hey, if you're, which I don't know how they would do this with football, but if your conference wins, you get an extra 7th round pick, or your whole conference picks first before the other conference.
That'd be cool.
Something like that. I don't care.
Yeah.
But just
because you don't
make
necessarily
it
have,
interesting.
I think the only reason, and I know what you're saying, I think the only reason they don't do like trade stuff anymore is because teams like negotiate amongst themselves about trades. But I think when it comes to draft, so I think, or not trades, sorry, draft picks. I think the reason they don't do that is because of like the whole hierarchy of how many picks do you get in the draft based off of this trade or based off how bad you were. So
you could probably start at like say 2030. Starting 2030.
Yeah.
You cannot trade for picks past then. When 2030 starts, that's where we're going. Okay, the worst person in this division gets the first pick.
Okay.
The best play, like say the Chiefs this year,
right?
They would get the last pick in the middle of that first round, and then starting right after them is the worst in the NFC.
Right.
So something like that. So that would put like the Niners at 32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure.
That losing division, or even if the NFC, because I think the NFC won the Pro Bowl, or the most events.
Yeah.
So whoever the worst was in the NFC, I think it was maybe the Cardinals. I don't know, or the Bears. I think it's the Bears.
Okay.
The Bears get the first pick, then whoever's behind them gets the next one, like Carolina or something like that, and then at like pick 16 is the Niners, and then it starts with say the Patriots at 17 and on. Like, give them some sort of what did we call it? Incentive.
Yeah.
Something. I just I don't want to watch anymore because
it's not competitive.
Shit. So. Even do an incentive for the Olympics, like. I don't know. You get to strike first during World War III or something. I don't know. I'm just first bomb gets dropped by this place.
If all-out war breaks out, this is the current country standing in the draft. This is which country gets to drop bomb first, and which one gets to drop one last.
Or make it like the Hunger Games. I don't know.
Do you even have nuclear power over here, Hungary? So it's
I just don't know, man. There's got to be a better way to do this.
Yeah, I think it's mainly what it is. It's just incentives. But speaking of that,
incentives.
Speaking of just sports in general, we gotta address the elephant in the room.
Where?
Yeah,
Where is it?
We have to address the elephant in the room.
Where is he? Or her?
It's in the room with us.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh shit.
For your.
I'm looking at the list now. Now I know what you're.
Francisco 49ers.
Oh, dude. I'm not a really big faith going
superstitious.
No, I was gonna say like churchy person or anything.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But man, the times I was like, God, please, please, God. And so I told my wife. I told her last night. I said, she goes, "Are we going to church tomorrow?" And I said, "Hell no." And she goes, "What? Why?" And I said,
"I've lost my
faith. You think God wants me to be there? He didn't even answer my prayers when I was praying to him the whole time during that game. When Dre Greenlaw went out, that was a smack in my face. So hell no.
Just to you, like to you personally.
Just to me personally.
Right.
He's like, Kyle, I see you down there.
Yeah.
Smite
Of
you.
the
Smiting you.
millions of Niners fans. That was for you.
Oh, but I've had is this week 2 without football, or when was that?
I'm pretty sure right now we're in 3.
3?
If not 4.
No.
It's the end of February.
It was in February.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was mid-February. Oh, so we're only like probably 2 weeks out.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So as this episode comes out, which I think is today, I don't know.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Oh, man. So next week?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 weeks out. I had that first week. That first week was hard. Brian Dimke still hasn't gotten a hold of me.
Yeah, he said he wanted to tell you face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was saying right now, dude, like it's so far out, like you're not even gonna affect him.
It ain't gonna do anything.
Yeah, so that's what I told him.
just
So I
saw
don't know if
Andy.
he's gonna say anything. Yeah, Andy was waiting for you.
I just saw him last week, and he didn't even do anything. He was just like, "Hey."
Well, he was so hyped up afterwards. He wanted
know.
to see you like immediately after the game.
It wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah,
I knew where not to go.
exactly. Yeah,
But
need to get that reroute.
I talked about betting during the game.
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't bet.
Yeah.
And I think that screwed me as well. I wasn't happy with not winning any money or anything.
Yeah, you didn't get anything.
And the things that I called out that I was going to bet on.
Yep.
There were 2 things I was going to bet on.
Yep.
And if I would have put 500 to 1,000 on each one, I'd have won big. Because guess what they were?
What?
Streaker and a Chiefs win. And both of them hit. And it
was a streaker.
There was a streaker. And
I thought the guy just had a shirt off.
He put down what they say he put down, like $5,000. He got $300 and something thousand and $1,000 fine from the jail.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he paid it.
I could have been.
You just get out.
I
Yeah.
could have had more money.
Wow,
I could have had like $20,000.
that's
right
wild.
now.
Yeah.
I'm very mad.
Sheesh, that's wild.
So that didn't help my week.
Yeah, I bet.
That first day,
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Man.
Oh God, I bet, man.
I tucked my tail, and there's a Chiefs fan there at Morrison, and I was like, "Hey, man, congratulations."
Yep.
I don't have anything to say. Somehow you guys were the better team.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. I wasn't in a good place that first day.
Yep.
Second day was okay, and then about the third day, I was like, it's football. Fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't pay my bills. I
For
still
sure.
gotta go to work.
Yeah, for sure.
There's plumbing tomorrow.
Yeah, it's always plumbing tomorrow.
Plumbing tomorrow.
So yeah, but it was a good game though.
It was a great game.
I thought it was gonna be more of a shootout.
You were saying it was going to be a blown call.
I thought a blown call was gonna be the deciding
And
factor.
it wasn't.
And it wasn't. Yeah, it was more of the Niners not understanding how playoff or not playoff overtime football works.
But here's what pisses me off.
After
watching the game, okay, people are going to miss calls. Fine.
all
I
the
get
time, that missed call all the time.
We were probably holding. They were probably holding.
the Chiefs.
blah,
The Chiefs
whatever.
hold a lot.
Okay, but here's my thing. 3 Super Bowls in a row, and you haven't had a single holding call?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Tell
saying.
me the NFL is not rigged.
There's definitely some bias against it, or for the Chiefs.
Tell
because
me
the
that-
Chiefs, because it was either Bosa or Kittle.
It's Bosa.
Yeah, Bosa said they hold a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they do.
Well, if you look at, and this is where I become a butthurt fan. If you look at a lot of the times when Bosa was going up against, is it Orlando Brown? I want to say is his name.
One of the big fellas.
Just a tackle.
Oh, okay.
He had him by the freaking pads, pulling down, just pulling right here.
Yep.
Pulling down, and him do it like
Yeah,
flailing.
you can see Bosa, like going like, hey,
and they don't do anything about it. Like,
yeah.
tell me that they didn't do it because, which I don't know which reason it was, but because Pfizer sponsored Travis Kelce or because of Taylor Swift. Tell me, or that they want a new dynasty and they know they can build with Patrick Mahomes. Tell me that I'm not wrong. Like, and I don't want to be that butthurt fan, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think there's necessarily any of those factors in there. I think it's more of an officiating situation. It's an internal officiating situation that needs to be taken care of because it's happened more times this season than any other season. The horrible officiating that has been happening in the NFL has been just absolutely abysmal.
At this point, give me those replacement refs that were there, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that did absolutely horrendous?
Yeah.
Give me those guys if you're going to not call in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, right?
Might as well let them play there. Like Goodell, what the fuck?
Yeah. Just obvious, blatant holding, blatant calls that weren't called. It was really weird. It was really weird. For the Chiefs to never get a holding call, to me, is very strange.
3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
3 fucking Super Bowls.
Not a single
now.
holding call.
See, now I'm getting all worked up. I can't because they don't pay my bills, you know? Hey,
yeah.
Whatever.
It's just really weird because I've seen ticky-tacky holding calls that were called that night against the Niners, holding calls. And I think it was the line getting frustrated because the Chiefs are probably doing the same thing that wasn't getting called. But then, it's like, hey, bro, you hemming him up. And it's like,
and then freaking injuries.
Freak injuries. Absolutely freak.
I cannot.
Greenlaw's injury, was unbelievable.
They showed, and I think if he didn't go out, it'd have been a different game because they showed the stats with him in.
Oh, Greenlaw's, he's a game deciding player. So it's really unfortunate
because the guy that was in, and now here's the thing, he's going to be out till at least half the season.
Yeah, like the freaking Achilles tears are wild.
You have to go out, and they have a first-round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go out and possibly spend that first-round pick.
Yep.
To get someone. Also, I've been hearing possible trade rumors about Debo or Ayuk.
Well, those are going to happen.
I mean, something's going to happen.
Rumors
are
going to happen.
Crazy.
Yeah, because I'm not to change the subject, but I cannot believe the scapegoat was a defensive coordinator. They fired the defensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Wow.
Why? That was not a defensive issue.
No. It definitely was. I think it was Shanahan more, but
I don't think any coach should have gotten fired at all.
No,
they did. They did fine.
I think the thing is, I think there was other deciding factors. I think Belichick not having a job is. I think they're going to go after him. I don't know if
as a coordinator.
As a coordinator, hold on. As a coordinator,
Belichick's not going to want to be a coordinator.
I understand that.
Yeah.
There's a couple people out there like Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel can be a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, but he was a head coach.
I know.
I don't think not a lot of guys are going to go to get demoted.
Look at Jack Del Rio.
Yeah.
Jack Del Rio was a defensive coordinator for, I believe, the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Went to the Raiders, became a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Went to another team, I don't remember who it was, and became another coordinator.
Coordinator, yeah.
He's he is a great defensive coordinator.
Yeah. I'm just and I gotta say I'm going based off of vibes only. Yeah. I don't know, but there's just certain guys that don't seem like they're gonna want to do that.
And this is where I was gonna get with it. His defensive scheme, Steve Wilkes.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the year, it was like, okay, they're a second half team.
Sure.
We go through the first half, and it's like, oh my gosh, how are they gonna pull it out? Blah 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 blah. Then in comes halftime, and it's a completely different defensive scheme. They want from the beginning kickoff to the end whistle to work. They don't want this. Well, I say it like I know them, but it seems like if I was a coach, I wouldn't want one half. Where's my defense for one? What half are we going to play? Are we going to play a first half like you did in the Super Bowl?
Right.
Are you going to play in the second half like you did against the Lions?
Mm-hmm.
Like where's my when are you going to show up?
Yeah, because weirdly enough, the Niners in the playoffs were very inconsistent.
Very. And they seem like a second half team both times.
Yeah.
Well, then here comes the Super Bowl. They're firing all cylinders.
Keeping them down, like holding them to, what was it?
Kelsey had 1 yard.
Yeah.
1 yard.
Yeah.
One catch.
Like the defense was clamping down.
It was amazing. It was.
Yeah.
They were going to win.
And then what really started to bug me, and I texted you during the game, and I told you this. I said they're abandoning the run. Why are they abandoning the run? They got back to it. Thankfully, they got back to it. But like that first few possessions, I was like, why are you not running the ball? Mm-hmm. It's like you want to lose. It's like, what's happening?
And to my 49er faithful fans, whatever out there, don't be freaking stupid, okay? It's not it's not just Shanahan. You don't need to go get a new. Honestly, if you were going to go get a new head coach, you're really going to go get Bill Belichick? I'm not going for that.
No.
I'm sticking with Shanahan.
No, yeah, and that's why I don't think
this man has brought you to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
like 4 NFC championships.
Yeah, exactly.
You really want to get a new coach?
Yeah, because I
really
that would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. You don't have
don't be
who else is out there?
Exactly.
Who else is out there?
You want to go get Mike Vrabel? No.
You
want Bill Belichick?
You don't just replace a Shanahan.
No.
And again, guy who's took you to the promised land. Yeah, you haven't won the big one, but you got there.
Exactly.
And you got there off of his scheme.
Exactly.
So I don't understand why that would even be in conversation.
It's,
like, there's no way you replace Shanahan.
I'm in, 3 or 4 49ers news groups.
Yeah.
Where people can post on Facebook about it.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of people that I've seen
calling for Shanahan's head.
New coach.
No.
You are dumb.
No, yeah, that's stupid. That's absolutely stupid.
Stop. You don't know football. Shut your damn mouth and get in the back of the line.
Yeah, because
you don't need to be talking. Shut up.
There are very few coaches that can replace what he has done and what he does and how he plays. How he plays. Like, it's not even close.
You went from Harbaugh, one of the Niners' best coaches they've ever
Phenomenal
had,
coach,
to Jim Tom Sula. You want Jim Tom Sula back? You want Chip Kelly back?
Ugh.
You want, I can't even remember who the other coach was. Whoever the hell the other guy was. You want those guys back? No.
Yeah.
Stick with Shanahan.
Stick with Shanahan.
You know he has a great scheme. Yes.
Long-term goals.
He has been to 2 Super Bowls,
hasn't it?
3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls, yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
As a coordinator.
Yeah.
As somewhat of a coordinator. Yes, he hasn't won the big one. I understand. That's frustrating.
But you got there.
You got there.
Yeah.
You know he can get you there. You just, I don't know. Something else has to change. I don't know.
Yeah.
This one, I think it was very much because Greenlaw went out. If he hadn't gone out, I think it would have been a different story.
Yeah. The Niners have a very unfortunate next man up situation. Because your starters are your starters, and they are phenomenal starters.
Phenomenal.
But if one of them goes out, that's a big dent.
It's huge because Warren Burks is not the guy to replace. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's a very good special teams guy.
Mm-hmm.
He can go down there and hit people with the best of them. Fine, great, do it.
Yeah.
You don't need to be the starter.
Yeah.
And I understand he's not,
mm-hmm.
but it is what it is.
Yeah. And the whole firing your defensive coordinator, though, just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because when I look at the Niners defense, were there some inconsistencies? Absolutely. But your defensive coordinator, though? That seems weird to me.
It is weird.
Like, because that's, you don't get what the Niners had on defense just, picking people out of a crowd. Like, that was not a simple, horrible defense. There was some inconsistencies, and again, bad players that were out that had a really big impact on the game. Your defensive coordinator, that's weird.
Like I said, he was a very one-half guy.
Yeah.
There are some better options out there.
Okay.
There are also some options that I've seen where I'm like, God, please, I do not want to be a fan if you pick them up.
I think there are prayers, though.
There's definitely
prayers that if we get this guy, does he want to be a coordinator after coming from a head coaching position?
And that's the thing is Belichick is the number one guy right now.
Of course.
I would love to see what he could do.
Talked with the Cardinals, and they didn't get the Cardinals?
I think it was somebody else.
It was somebody else.
Atlanta,
yeah.
Another Redbird.
Yeah, I was thinking about Redbirds. And they didn't get him.
I think he wanted more control than anything. And that's understandable. You're one of the greater coaches of our generation, at least. One of the great of our generation.
Man's got, what, 5, 6 Super Bowls?
6, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Brady won 1 with
Tampa Bay. So 7.
So, I mean, he's got 6. Is it 6 or 5? I don't remember. It's 5 or 6. Anyways.
Brady has 7, and only 1 was with Tampa,
He does
right?
have 7.
And only 1 was with Tampa, right?
Does he have 7 for sure?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. So 6.
6, okay.
So, I mean, the man's won 6 Super Bowls. As a defensive coordinator, I think that would be amazing. He's seen stuff for 20-plus years.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would do amazing. But would he be a defensive coordinator? Because
that's a pay cut.
That's a hard ask.
Yeah.
If you could pay him head coach money as a defensive coordinator, if you can do that,
That means you got to pay your head coach more.
yeah, or just slightly under what he makes, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Do it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
If that gets us to that next level.
Yeah, because you gotta, because if you want Belichick to come in as a coordinator, making making head coach money, then Shanahan's got to be making unbelievable money, because Belichick's not gonna.
No.
He's not gonna go in there for like what another coordinator will go in there for.
Yeah.
So Niners are gonna have to shell out some cash.
I wouldn't mind taking Mike Vrabel.
Vrabel's fine.
I honestly wouldn't. But then I've seen Brandon Staley, who is the Chargers ex-head coach. I don't think I want that.
No,
I really don't.
no. I don't think Staley's really gonna be a high end prospect.
Now, if we could have had Steve Spagnuolo, the guy who's a defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, I mean, that would be amazing. But it does not look like it's gonna happen. So.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. Enough football talk. I'm going to have a heart attack over it. I love the team. I love the game. But God damn it, I hate Taylor Swift. I can't just shake this off, okay?
Right.
There
we go.
Yeah, there we go.
But in all good fairness, honesty, and in beautiful, loving life things, I think you're looking up. Yeah. I don't think your window's closed.
No,
not completely.
And I'm out of football mode, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm in dad mode. I'm in
dad mode. Yeah,
car season mode.
Let's go.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Sundays are for family, car shows, and church. That's about it now.
There you go.
So I'm good. I'm golden. They don't pay my bills, so fuck them.
Cool. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, but we have passed 200 years of since the naming of the first named dinosaur, which was Megalosaurus. Which literally means big lizard.
Megalosaurus?
So, Megalosaurus.
What the hell is a Megalosaurus?
A Megalosaurus is a big lizard.
Is it Megalosaurus?
Yes, Megalo. L-O-saurus.
Oh.
Do you know how to spell saurus?
Don.
No, not Megalodon. Megalosaurus.
Oh, here we go.
Megalodon means big tooth.
It does it really?
Yeah.
Don means tooth?
Yeah, or Don or Donta means tooth.
That thing?
Yeah. That's what that's what scientists thought it used to look like.
It's like a dog or a cat with a hump and a
that's
lizard
not
head.
That's not actually what it looks like now that we know.
65 feet long?
Yeah, about that. But this is not.
That thing looks retarded.
That's what we used to think it looked like
Why does it show these?
Because that's what it looks like for real. You're looking at stuff from the past and also what it looks like versus what it looks like now.
Well, that's two different things.
I know, because it was 200 years ago, Kyle.
What the hell? Either give him short legs or make him an all fours.
Let me explain to you why you're seeing different images. Because 200 years ago, when this dinosaur was named, a lot of scientists at the time thought that dinosaurs were like big, fumbling, bumbling lizards.
William Buckland, that's the guy who named it.
Yes, they thought they were just like these big lizards that just walked around and they were stupid. Now, based off of...
Big dummy. Big stupid.
Based off of research that we currently have, we know that this dinosaur, Megalosaurus, was a theropod dinosaur, which means it was on two legs, most likely had fairly short arms, and it walked more on a horizontal posture.
Yeah.
Like you would see with the T-Rex. So we know that now. Now, this is also funny because this is one of the most fragmented dinosaur finds that we have, meaning that we do not have much of this dinosaur whatsoever. We have very, very few parts.
Yeah, it says, in a lecture, he described bones from separate individuals as of an enormous fossil animal with a length exceeding 40 feet, 12 meters, and a bulk equal to that of an elephant.
Yes.
He incorrectly thought it walked on all fours and was probably amphibious.
Yes, that's what they thought.
So amphibious was wrong and all fours was wrong.
Yes.
Megalosaurus, meaning great lizard, was one of the largest carnivores in Middle Jurassic. So it's a T-Rex.
No, it's not.
That's what it looks like.
Just because it looks like a Tyrannosaur doesn't mean it is a Tyrannosaur.
It does.
I know, but it's a completely...
I'm sorry. It looks like your typical what you would think is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There we go.
Okay.
It looks like your your ideal Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay.
That's what each picture looks like to me.
I got you.
A big dinosaur walking on two legs with
Small
a tail
arms.
and small arms. That's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, because that's what the pictures look like.
Well, to you, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to sound condescending, but like to
bring out the dinosaur people,
but
baby.
to me,
bring them into this conversation.
No, what I'm saying, like, what to me and people who know like more about dinosaur animals, when I look at that, I don't think Tyrannosaur. I think probably.
I mean, to somebody who is not
That's what I'm saying.
like me and a lot of other people in the world.
Yeah.
If I showed them that, what would
They're
they
gonna
say?
think Tyrannosaurus.
Exactly.
So
that's
I'm
my
just saying,
point.
I got
That's
you.
my point.
And I understand. Yeah. I get it.
Argue with me, goddammit.
But
The great itchy debate.
The great itchy debate. But yeah, 200 years anniversary. Yay! Shout out Megalosaurus.
That was 5 days ago.
Yeah. So
That was what Tuesday?
yes.
Dang.
So there's been like a big celebration in paleontology because of the find. And like, woo! And we still,
Let's get
and
drunk.
again, yeah, and paleontologists are known for that. But
Yeah. Show me your boobs.
but show me your Megalosaurus.
Show me them things.
But I just think it's like really cool too that we do not even have a lot of. We honestly do not even have a lot of parts of this dinosaur.
Exactly.
And it's kind of funny because it's like and it's really cool too because we actually have all we need to know for the most part what it looked like.
Okay.
But it's one of those dinosaurs where it's like we could find more and then have a completely different understanding of what it actually looked like.
Are we choosing not to, or
It's hard to find them. There's some dinosaurs that we just have only parts of, and we just have never found any other parts.
so we don't know if it's actually
We don't know
built,
if there's more
if
parts.
it's built like that.
Yeah.
So
So
it
we-
could
we-
be on all fours.
No,
No?
that part is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
okay.
part we know is false
Okay.
because it's a carnivorous theropod, so we know how it walked. And we
Okay,
know
so
how
it was on
looked.
its two hind legs.
Yes,
We don't know if it had short arms.
we do know it has.
Oh, we
short
do?
arms. Yeah.
Okay, so
based
it's
off
got-
of just
So it's got that build again.
Yes.
Like I said, it's got that typical build.
yes,
Is it a long tail?
possibly.
Okay. So we're still kind of iffy on that.
Yeah.
Is the head? Have we found the head?
We found parts of the head, so we know how big the head probably is.
But we don't know if it's got like a horn
We-
up here,
we
or if
found-
it's got
Exactly. Like we found a middle jaw. We found the lower jaw.
I saw that with the big tooth
with
in
the
the middle.
tooth.
Yeah.
And then we have part of the snout. So we
Okay.
know how big the head
So they've
probably
got-
was. Like the head was massive.
They've got like right here, like jaw to nose forward. They don't have like the eyes, the top of the skull.
Oh yeah, we got
None of that?
We know how big the Megalosaurus skull is based off of the fragmentation of the
Oh.
top
Okay.
top jaw parts, and then that famous bottom jaw picture.
Yeah.
So we know Megalosaurus's head was probably 5 times bigger than ours. Like our entire head could easily fit in its mouth. We know that based off of
That's
just
it?
Huh?
5 times bigger than our head?
Yeah.
Not,
Do you know how big that is?
That doesn't seem that big.
That's massive.
I mean, it's definitely massive.
That
but
tooth
I mean,
is like that big. For a tooth that big, its head is like this.
I would think it would have been like 10 times the size of our head. Because like,
I mean, maybe I'm saying the wrong time.
Yeah, I think
whatever this size is, and that is.
well, that's
is
like a
its head.
foot by like 2.5 or 2.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be bigger than that. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see one day, hopefully.
Yeah, different theropods have different adapting features based off of what part of the era they were in. Because you have like the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. The Tyrannosaur was in the Cretaceous period. I think he was like the king of the like tyrant lizards in the Cretaceous period.
Okay.
So these two animals never even interacted. Like Tyrannosaur and Megalosaurus were not even in the same period. Megalosaurus was with Spinosaurus, which is another dinosaur that it just continues to baffle scientists on how it
Really?
actually looked like because we still don't have its arms.
Oh, shit.
So we don't know. We have its big tail, we have its big sail, big fin on that it had on the back.
Okay.
And we know it was a marine type
Ooh.
hunter.
Oh, there's another one of those things where
So it's
we
like-
have to go down there to find more. And
Possibly, but we have found a lot of Spinosaurus.
Oh, really?
So we know the snout, we know the spine and the sail
Okay.
it had, the big tail. So we know that it was on land, but it hunted primarily fish. and a lot of animals that are built like that long snout, thin snout, they hunt fish. It was, so it was basically a fish hunter, but we do not have its arms. So as it swam, we don't know if it had smaller arms or if it had longer arms. We don't know what the arms looked like at all.
You know what? And it's still kind of on the same subject, but you know what all that reminds me of is like we don't see what these things look like.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Godzilla, King of Monsters?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen the very end when the thing goes off and all of them come to him?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I imagine. I imagine like these hills that we see. Something's living in there and we just haven't seen it. Nothing has unearthed it.
Yeah.
And there's going to come a day where it's just going to break out of all that dirt and rock and everything, and they're just going to start walking around again.
Oh.
Like, that's what this kind of reminds me of. I'm like, dude, we don't know what they look like. And then one day, oh, yeah, we were definitely wrong. That's what that looked like? What the heck is that guy over there?
Yep. The cool thing about, like, paleo art in general, and a lot of these dinosaurs is, the funny thing is, there are some dinosaurs that we know for sure what it looked like. Like, we have not only full skeletal structures, but we also have the science that tells us if it had hair. That tells us in some cases, if you look like the bone structure and bone marrow, you can see what color it was. There's a lot of
cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things there's a lot of dinosaurs that we know for sure 100% it looked like this. But then there are other dinosaurs where we're completely guessing.
Wow.
So, yeah. Like a lot of sauropods, a lot of these long-necked dinosaurs, very few times have they found the skull.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, with these animals specifically, we can almost never find the skull.
That's weird.
I don't know what it is about their heads, but we barely find them. So we know that their body most likely looked... Well, we have a skeletal structure of most of their bodies, but their heads are complete guesses.
That's weird.
Yeah, so like their facial structure is all based off of just what we might think it might have looked like. So,
before we go,
I
just want to say congratulations to you.
Mm-hmm.
Derek has been. I'm putting a little bit of your personal info out there.
Go for it.
Derek has been trying to achieve his goal of taking pictures. Photography. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
As a job, basically.
Yes, career.
And you took a big step and are doing it for a lot of big stuff in the Austin area.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to formally say congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you.
I want to put that out there.
Appreciate that.
Anybody else you can tell Derek congrats to. So congratulations, my guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Making strides towards something that's just something I've been wanting to do for
almost
my
there.
entire life.
Almost there, baby.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
I just love jazzing people, just freaking hyping people up that they got to their dream and they're doing what they love.
I appreciate that.
Especially if you just love sleeping with people. I'll cheer you on for it.
Yeah.
But good job, sir.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank you. I appreciate
honestly,
it.
like without all the joking, congrats.
Thank you.
So
thank you. But thanks for listening to another episode of the G Sweater Podcast. Remember to like, share, subscribe, rate, follow, and comment. And we will see you on the next one. Podcast.
On the flip side.
On the flip side.
Podcast.